ass. All right, this is some real evil ass motherfucking shit that I'm battling. To make a long story short, I figured out exactly what palette number was and how he was able to manipulate and damn near like tonight take over my whole consciousness. In the back of our heads and all of that lies our timelines and all of that. And that motherfucker took him over. So I noticed that with him being in charge of my timelines, that's what allowed a lot of these rogue entity attachments, roach attachments to be able to come in and fuck with me and harass me, which is how they feed. You know, they feed off you by picking on you, picking at bits and parts of your consciousness to the point where you have none left, and they can just devour your soul by pulling it out and bringing you to whatever hell realm that they want to bring you to. Now, a lot of people talk about how we all have a world within us and inside of us. And that motherfucker, by virtue of being in charge of my timelines, had a whole hell realm created within me. So with that being said, um, trying to get this shit off, man. I removed him from my timelines. So he kept telling me that he was going to help me get back to my original timeline. I just saw a fucking roach up there just now, but there's no roach up there. That's him doing that. And so I couldn't figure out who to replace him with because, like I said before, my spirit guys, my spirit team is significantly, tragically compromised. My higher selves are compromised. You know, I've been locked in my soul consciousness for the past couple of months, to be honest with you. And so that's why I really couldn't get any real assistance, any real abetment outside of entity attachments. You know, I just figured it out tonight. With that being said, um, you know, there's holes, doorways at the top of your consciousness that allows you to be able to contact, you know, higher entities. Um, as I said in one video in which I was going to publish, you know, when we die, we go into, you know, we go into external astral realms, but we can also go into our consciousness. That's how your ancestors are able to see what's going on. We also have entity attachments of our ancestors within us. Now, to make a long story short, I saw this motherfucker in the back of my consciousness. I saw him, controlling my timelines. So I wasn't really sure as to what to make of it. You know, they put him in charge and told him to say all that shit that I'm going to get you back to your original timeline because that's how David and Barbara Rayner like to control people and keep people stuck and tied to the curse. You know, they'll have an entity make promises and all of that to keep them tied to the curse. So to make a long story short, these motherfuckers, I was able to woke them out. You know, I had to call on one of my higher selves from another timeline to be able to help because my shit's so severely compromised. They removed him from my timelines and he was changed into an entity attachment. So feeling, you know, a little different, my consciousness felt different all of a sudden. Um, I was able, you know, I hate to say it, but I woke them back. I woke them back because I really want to get back to that timeline to help my parents out. So to make a long story short, I woke that evil ass motherfucker back. Very evil motherfucker. Palinumbre is fucking evil. Very fucking evil and feels entitled to feed off of you by torturing you and tormenting you and being in your body. So when I woke his ass, I called another one of my higher selves to help, spirit guides to help. This is fucked up. This situation is very fucked up. I can't even call on fucking God to help now. It's so fucked up. I can't even use my own fucking consciousness. So to make a long story short, I exercise him from my consciousness, from my timelines. And I haven't changed to where, I put my ancestors in charge and all of that, and tried as much as I could to remove his consciousness from, from my timelines. With that being said, I then saw him start dispersing my timelines to the people that he works with, he Kate and all that. And David Rayner and Barbara Rayner. And that girl Rosie was still on my timeline going back to August 22nd, 2022. By being in my consciousness, they've turned a lot of my my spiritual protection against me, my internal spiritual protection mainly. And I have a feeling that they're going to try to, they're going to do something to block me from being able to get more spiritual protection tonight. I have a strong feeling that they are going to try to do that. So anyways, with that being said, I feel them touching on me, feeling on my consciousness, putting shit in there, putting curses in there and every fucking thing else. These are evil ass motherfuckers. Evil. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
Remember that time we prayed first?
There's one of them right there. Yeah, this motherfucker done got rid of my spirit guides and every motherfucking thing else. And every time I get spiritual protection to help, it's just, it's a fucked up situation that I'm in. I need a crowd of fucking spiritual protection to be able to help these motherfuckers. Have reaped me in motherfucking powers and got powerful right off of that. So to make a long story short,
I gotta get out of here.
An entity attachment was made of his consciousness, not of his consciousness, but one of my spirit guides took the timelines. They keep fucking with me, man. They're using entity attachments and my own spirit guides against me and every fucking thing else, man. This is torture. I keep feeling these things, picking on my consciousness and shit. And that shit's palpable. So with that being said, I hate this motherfucking shit. I hate this shit. That motherfucker looked at me with so much hate and said, "How dare you woke me, exorcise me from your mind?" So with that being said, my spirit guide created an entity attachment that allowed me to keep my timelines. I'm thinking that, this thing has fucked up my memory so much, it's not even funny. I'm gonna have to call God outside of myself, man, because this shit's too fucking much. They got my spirit guide right now fucking trying to fuck with my main consciousness and all of that. So I can't fight this shit off. And I'm completely disabled from being able to fight this shit off. So anyways, these things play chess, not checkers. So at one point, I took the timelines and I placed them in my consciousness. I take that back. I took those timelines away from him and I put it in my consciousness. And that's when he was able to get in and he almost took over my consciousness. I can't stress to you how scary that is to feel something taking over your consciousness. That's very fucking scary. That's possession. And that's exactly what happened. And I could feel him start to take over critical components of my consciousness. And I no longer felt the ability to be able to call on my ancestors, the ability to be able to call my higher selves, my highest selves. I felt totally disabled. So fortunately, I was able to stop the possession. Right when it was about to commence, I called on various entities, Lord Hunanan, an Indian entity, an Indian god. I called on Buddha. I called on Goddess Kali Ma. And he came an evil ass in and started attacking him. Like right from behind. She stabs people with a knife. She an evil ass bitch. This is some real evil ass shit that I'm fucking dealing with. And I fucked up in part by letting it fester for too long. I'm gonna publish an article tomorrow talking about all the shit that I gotta fucking deal with. I'm holding on to my motherfucking timelines like a motherfucker. These things just feel entitled to rape every fucking aspect of my motherfucking body, steal my timelines, hating all of them. David Rayner, Barbara Rayner, that girl Rosie from that timeline where she stole my body and all of that. They feel extremely fucking entitled. They're trying to take every last bit away from me so that, in part, I can never return to that timeline. And also in part because David Rayner and Barbara Rayner, who have a contract with these evil ass spirits, want to hold on to the spiritual gifts and abilities that they stole from me. And, it's getting to a critical mass where it's extremely hard to fight this shit off. Now I came really fucking close to getting this motherfucking shit off of me tonight, man. I fucked up. I fucked up like I did last night. Hopefully it's not a permanent fuck up. With that being said, I need a lot of spiritual help. I almost got fucking blocked from being able to enable downloads. This is how motherfuckers end up in part schizophrenic or possessed. You be thinking that, no, motherfucker crazy and all that shit. No, this is how they end up fucking possessed. They dealing with evil ass shit like when I'm dealing with evil ass fucking curses. Oh, no, that's not gonna work. I'm trying a certain frequency to get rid of them. 1599 hertz frequency. And they've done something to compromise my consciousness where that doesn't work. God, man, this shit here. Ooh. This is some evil ass fucking shit to put on a person. This is some royally evil ass motherfucking shit. With that being said, I don't know how to stymie the motherfucking possession. I still feel him in my consciousness. And I can still feel that motherfucker trying to fucking take over. He does it latently to where you're not aware of it. But his consciousness is extremely motherfucking thick and so fucking strong. It's hard to transmute that motherfucker. You can't do that with some shit like this. This is some evil ass shit to put on the fucking person. So, I'm looking for some type of spiritual advice, some type of spiritual abetment, spiritual help, to get this shit off of me finally. I feel like I'm getting closer. But it's just is getting fucking worse and worse and more fucking complicated as things go by.